Excellencies, permit me to welcome you to the GAR Awards 2025, the 13th in the series. I will not be working alone. I'll be working with the delectable, multi-award-winning broadcaster and international compare, Miss Victory Wilson.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for the one and only Benga Adinka the First, a Grand Comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, it's not every time you get to stand on stage with an icon, so it's indeed an honor to be doing this with you. Thank you so much.
You know what they decided to do tonight? They decided to make it a case of Beauty and the Beast.
Come on now. You deserve a round of applause, doesn't he? But you're not a beast though. I think you're handsome.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, talking about being handsome and beautiful, everyone looks stunning and gorgeous tonight.
Wow.
Please.
I think you should give yourselves a round of applause. You all look so well put together.
And just give the person sitting right beside you a beautiful compliment. Tell them how gorgeous they look. Everyone is dazzling. And the men, some people came representing Africa boldly in their caps. Even the men in suit look stunning. Okay. I think you look amazing. Your tuxedo is nice.
You look like $1 million.
Oh.
I wish I could take you to Weather Bank and exchange you for the platform.
Exchange me, really?
I love money. Like I'm wont to do, please hold the hands of your neighbor. Hold somebody's hand. Say God bless you. Say thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you for coming out tonight.
Say you look gorgeous.
You look gorgeous.
Say that again. Say that again.
What did I tell the men? You look handsome.
You look very handsome tonight.
You look dapper.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Define Africa's progress in alignment with Africa Continental Free Trade, Africa Union Agenda 2063, and the United Nations Sustainable Development. Energy in the room, because we're here for greatness and everyone seated here is great. So when I say God, you say greatness. God. Greatness. God. Greatness. Beautiful. Another round round of applause for yourself.
No, that greatness was not great.
It wasn't great, okay.
I need you to give us the African greatness.
Come on.
So, are you ready, people?
Yes.
Give me that energy. Are you ready, people?
Yes.
God!
God! Beautiful, beautiful. Right now,
ladies and gentlemen, shall we please rise for the national anthem of the most populous black nation on the face of the earth, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as presented.
The group Team Definition will lead us in the national anthem.
God bless Nigeria. You know, you may be seated. Nature almost took charge of me. I felt like going to them to start spraying money.
Where's the money sprayed?
EFCC.
You don't just feel like on this stage, you do it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, something amazing happened on social media over the course of waiting for the 13th GA Awards D-Day. We had the GA Anthem/Theme Song Challenge, and a winner emerged. The winners of the GA Theme Song Challenge will now come up stage to present to us their beautiful dance steps that helped them win. I would like you, ladies and gentlemen, to pay attention to this very important aspect of the event. Listen to the GAR theme song. Join me, welcome the winners of the GAR theme challenge, Star Kids Academy. A round of applause,
ladies and gentlemen.
My people, Africa rises again.
With vision in our eyes, and purpose in the strife, and you know the excellence has come.
Where legacy means leadership and dreams meet destiny.
This is the life spirit.
Oh, I want to build the in a movement beyond the ordinary. We celebrate those who define glory.
From Lagos to the world, say Africa leads the way.
Innovation inspires, inclusion empowers, sustainability behind the power. Tradition, excellence forever soaring. Africa right now. The future awakening. In our cross-rooms, classrooms, and streets.
Missionaries rise, great men speak.
The true love of Africa is its people. Pioneers who make dreams equal.
Creators of destiny.
Creators of legacy.
That made us sound. That sound. Is that you? All yourself, God bless you.
I was just about to say you will give us money, and again, you kept the money.
If I give out money. Thanks.
On his behalf, I'm so sorry, he's not stingy.
Okay, on behalf of myself, my family, my co-host tonight,
Excluding me,
and the beautiful host of tonight, I donate my entire family to you. And take note that we eat 3 times a day. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate excellence, we celebrate tenacity of purpose, we celebrate the best that Africa has to offer. Tonight we celebrate ourselves. If you're happy and excited to be here, please give yourselves a round of applause.
yes, before we go any further, we would like to recognize our esteemed guests. Please, as we call out their names, please would like you to be generous with your applause.
One who has turned adversity into prosperity for his people. He is a man of great living capability. He will be talking to us tonight about transforming challenges into economic opportunities. I'm talking about His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, His Excellency, Dr. Dauda Lawal. A round of applause for him. I know he's represented. Please, do not stop clapping. Do not stop clapping. Thank you very much for coming.
We would also like to recognize a key driver of Africa's global competitiveness, a man whose impact literally takes Africa to the skies. I'm talking about none other than the man who will deliver a special address here today, the champion in aviation, the founder and CEO of Airpeace, Dr. Allen Onyema. A round of applause, please.
Permit me, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome a man who, before he became a god, was an absolute entrepreneur, driven by turning impossibilities to possibilities. His reign has been marked by a number of remarkable and modern progressive outlook policies. Is the 51st Oni of the modern era. I'm talking about His Imperial Majesty Oba Adeyeye Enito Oguwusi Ojaja II. He will be talking to us tonight about reclaiming Africa's greatness through culture and innovation. He's represented by the jewel of inestimable value, Olori Oguwusi. Adeyeye Oguwusi, a round of applause for her, please. She is a shining light of law, of fashion, of business, and the world can never forget the African fashion show week that she started years back in the UK. Can I have a round of applause for her, please?
We'd also like to recognize a beacon of inspiration for women who is speaking to us today on gender justice and national development. I'm talking about none other than the winner of International Woman of Courage Award by the United States of America, a fearless activist, a national treasure who has spent her life fighting for equity, fairness, and human dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Dr. Joe Oke-Odumake.
You know, when you see Dr. Joe, she looks so fragile, but with that fragility comes the ferocity of an African tigress.
And fearlessness.
Can I have a round of applause for Dr. Joe Oke-Odumake, my sister? God bless you. Well, I'd like to recognize the representative of the governor of the Center of Excellence and State of Aquatic Splendor, the special advisor to Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu on tourism, arts and culture, the irrepressible Honorable Idris Arebe. A round of applause for Idris.
We'd also like to recognize at this time, all the way from Ondo State, the special advisor to the governor of Ondo State on entrepreneurship and the convener of the largest gathering of entrepreneurs in the world, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis. A round of applause. Thank you.
I think that man deserves a louder round of applause for his vision. I'd like to welcome, although she has left, but she was there earlier, the General Overseer of Christ Generation Church, Reverend Mother Esther Ajayi. The round of applause for we're blessed to the presence of the National Secretary of the APC Federal Government, Senator Dr. Bashiru Ajibola. A round of applause.
Fashion education global thought leaders and those transforming founder and executive chair of the Glam Awards and Business Summit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that did not do her any justice. Please welcome strategic business consultant, trailblazing entrepreneur, passionate advocate for women empowerment, sustainability and innovation, who leads a dynamic conglomerate with interest in fashion, education, real estate and social impact. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful in and out, welcome the unbeatable, unshakable, irrepressible, unputdownable Dr. Princess Kelechi Okene.
Please let us do that with a standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen. The founder,
Distinguished visionary leaders, and award-winning entrepreneur, fashion education advocate, global thought leader, and a transformative founder and executive chair of the Glam Awards and Business Summit. Her influence spans over 2 decades across fashion, education, enterprise development, and women empowerment, shaping a continental legacy defined by innovation, inclusion, and sustainable growth. As the Group Managing Director of GMIT Group Limited, Dr. Organ leads a conglomerate whose impact framework spans fashion education, philanthropy, media, real estate, and elite networking. Africa reimagined innovation, inclusion, and sustainable growth. Her vision further birthed the GA Elite Club and GA Elite Club magazine, prestigious platforms that spotlight Africa's icons while creating year-round access to networking, capacity building, and global visibility. These platforms have become influential ecosystems shaping governance, enterprise, lifestyle, and culture across the continent. A scholar of exceptional distinction, Dr. Organ has completed executive programs at Harvard Business School, Lagos Business School, CEIBS, China, Queen's University, Canada, and holds an MBA distinction from Business School, Netherlands. Her academic achievements and professional certifications spanning strategic management, sustainable business strategy, information management, business law, and global business strategy continue to strengthen her leadership in global business development. Beyond entrepreneurship and philanthropy, she is a published author of critically acclaimed works including Ungrateful Souls, Against All Odds, and Fashion Designer, and the revolutionary textbook, The 1 Year Fashion Designer. Her writings have reshaped fashion education in Africa and inspired thousands to pursue purpose-driven enterprise. A multi-award-winning golfer with over 20 trophies, an international speaker, and leader-recognized advocate for empowerment, Dr. Princess Organ embodies resilience, excellence, and visionary leadership. Her career reflects the rare ability to transform ideas. Princess Kelechi Organ, founder and group managing director, GMIT Group Limited.
Okay, go ahead. Your Excellencies, distinguished governors, honorable ministers, eminent traditional rulers, captains of industries, development partners and sponsors, global icons, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we gather not merely for an award ceremony, but for a defining moment in Africa's story. A moment that challenges us to look beyond limitations, beyond stereotypes, and beyond inherited narratives, to envision a continent that is innovative, inclusive, sustainable, and boldly reimagined. For 13 uninterrupted editions, the GA Awards and Business Summit has stood as a platform. Yes, that deserves a round of applause. Thank you very much. For 13 uninterrupted editions, the GA Awards and Business Summit has stood as a platform where excellence meets purpose, where influence meets responsibility, and where leadership meets legacy. And tonight, as I stand before you, I am profoundly grateful that this vision has grown into a continental movement embraced by change makers across governments. Enterprise, technology, humanitarian work, creative industries, and the global diaspora. This year's theme, Africa Reimagined, Innovation, Inclusion, and Sustainable Growth, is an aspiration. It is an urgent call to action. It reminds us that Africa's future will not be written by chance. It will be written by visionaries, builders, doers, and innovators who understand that progress is not a gift, it is a responsibility. We cannot speak of a reimagined Africa without acknowledging the people who made that vision possible. Since inception, the GAP platform has celebrated thousands of institutions and leaders, amplifying their contributions and inspiring the next generation. These are men and women who dare to dream differently, who dare to push boundaries, who dare to choose legacy over applause. This evening, we celebrate them once again, not for what they have achieved alone, but for the doors they continue to open for others. I think we all deserve a round of applause. Yeah. Thank you. Now, beyond celebration, tonight is also about transformation. Through the GA Awards, the GA Elite Club, and the GA Elite Club magazine, we are building an interconnected ecosystem that fosters high-level networking, brand elevation, empowerment, and sustainable development. We are creating platforms where leaders collaborate, where ideas flourish, and where solutions emerge. Furthermore, through GMI Fashion Academy, GMI Foundation, and our Social Impact Initiative, we have empowered over 12,000 women and youths, equipping them with skills, tools, and pathways to economic independence. That is the Africa I believe in. An Africa where empowerment is intentional, structured, and measurable. I want to say that I am honored that you all, beautiful people, choose to be here to honor our call. And we promise that it will be worth your while. Thank you for honoring us.
Founder of West Africa's largest airline, Airpeace, Dr. Allen Ifechukwu Onyema, walked in. A round of applause for him, please. You're most welcome. And thank you for all you do for our dear nation. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, talk to us on how we can transform Africa through culture and innovation. Permit me to welcome His Imperial Majesty, the 51st Oni of the modern era, Oni Adeyeye Enito Oguzi, who is represented by his jewel, Olori Aderoke Oguzi. A round of applause for our
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, esteemed leaders, awardees, and of course, Dr. Princess Ogene, my little sister doing big things. Thank you. I'm humbled to stand before you today, representing my husband, His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife. As we gather to celebrate African excellence and innovation, I bring you warm greetings from the ancient city of Ile-Ife and the cradle of Yoruba civilization. Innovation, inclusion, and sustainable growth resonates deeply with the Oni's vision for a united and prosperous Africa. The Oni of Ife believes that cultural heritage is the foundation upon which we build our future. He tirelessly promotes Yoruba traditions, arts, and the language, showcasing their richness to the world. His leadership has inspired a new generation of Africans to cherish their heritage while embracing innovation and progress. As Africa navigates the complexities of the 21st century, he says we must harness our collective potential to drive growth and development to Africa. The GHA Awards is a prestigious platform that promotes outstanding individuals and organizations making significant contributions to Africa's development, and the platform has become a beacon of excellence. Princess, your efforts and consistency have created a platform for us to shine. Thank you.
You'll be speaking to us on transforming challenges into economic opportunities. Please keep the applause coming.
Please, it came from very far, very far. Round of
It's
applause
not
for
easy
you.
to come all the way from Zamfara to Lagos. Thank you so much.
The silence, who is heavily and warmly represented by your lawyer herself. Beautiful, beautiful speech. We are all very proud of you. The person who is responsible for this gathering, the founder of this award, Dr. Kelechi. Ladies and gentlemen, our protocol, would I acknowledge and warmly welcome all of us to this August occasion. Before I read this excellency speech, you should see that I'm overdressed. Yes, because I really am. I couldn't wait for an opportunity to wear this dress, and when His Excellency told me that I'm going to represent him, and I saw the caliber of people, and I saw this very pretty, intelligent woman, I knew that I have to write a presentation. I want to use this opportunity to showcase the tenacity and the ingenuity of our people with this dress that I'm wearing today. Apology for his inability to be here today in this occasion. He really looked forward to. But for exigencies of office, he couldn't make it. I'm sure he has given a lot of apologies to you. But I think the public also deserves to know that this is one occasion His Excellency will have loved to be here himself. I'll do my best. I'm not a good orator, not when he's around. I'll do my best to convey his message to this August visitors. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll read a text of speech that he gave me. Executive Governors of our states at the 13th Global African Deals Awards and Business Summit. All protocol observed. It is with profound and deep humility that I address this distinguished gathering of African leaders, global investors, policy makers, and development actors whose collective vision continues to shape the trajectory of our continent. The Ghana Awards and Business Summit has become a stage where excellence is celebrated. Ideas are sharpened and passionate. Thank the organizers for sustaining a platform that challenges Africa to think boldly, act decisively, and reimagine the future with purpose and clarity. The theme for this year, Africa Reimagined, Innovation, Inclusion, and Sustainable Growth, is a timely call for self-examination and strategic courage. Africa stands at an intersection where demographic dynamism, technological advancement, and a rapidly shifting global economic landscape offer both unprecedented opportunities and urgent challenges. To reimagine Africa is to question outdated assumptions, disrupt apathy, and embrace a developmental model anchored on knowledge, productivity, and shared prosperity. It requires us to build new governance cultures, strengthen state capacity, and engineer our economies to compete on the global stage.
We have very people of substance in our midst. Tonight, we'll discuss the kind of wealth that grows because of the kind of people and caliber of people that are present in this room. Many of us here manage portfolios across continents, assets across. What we are talking about here mostly is lifestyle and luxury, and that is why we have the Glam Elite Black Card. These black, very elite people, and part of the benefit of this card, you can get up to $2,000 cross-border spend limit. You have 15% off spa services at designated spa outlets. We have one that's already here. You can have up to 15% off IDH hotels with rentals, AVs, budget and rental cars. We also have a 10% cashback on booking.com. That is if you are a well-traveled person. You have a 10% cashback on booking.com. We also have up to 4 complimentary Costa coffee, food, or drinks in Dubai.
I mean, he deserves more than this. He deserves even a standing ovation, because if you know what happened in Zamfara, where this man was coming from, please, we all rise for Dauda Lawal, please. Please honor a fellow Nigerian who has done you different, a fellow Nigerian who has shown that there is character in leadership, and that is Dauda Lawal. He has moved Zamfara State to places that even now, forget what you hear on the press, people want to visit Zamfara. I mean, implore all of you to visit there and applaud this young man. The future of Nigeria resides in people like that. And please
send my words of commendations to him. He has done us all proud. Dada Lawal is one of the most quintessential leaders, young leaders, international leaders this country has ever produced. And we expect more of him. After 8 years in Zamfara, please let him come to the center. We need people like that. Ethnicism. He doesn't believe in religious nationalism. He doesn't believe in ethnic nationalism. He believes in this country. You only get to meet him, and he's very infectious when it comes to his belief in this country. So once again, I thank him. He's a role model for the youth to emulate. He's a hope. He gives hope to those who have lost hope in this country. So I needed to use this opportunity to celebrate someone who has done right. Thank you all. Now I'm talking about my own industry. We gather here in a moment like this just to celebrate excellence, not just to celebrate excellence, but to reflect on the power of connection, the promise of progress, and the undeniable force that is aviation. Aviation is far more than just the airplane flying in the skies. It connects destinations. It is an engine of commerce, a gateway of opportunity, and a catalyst for economic integration. It ties continents together, accelerates trade, unlocks tourism, and expands the horizons of communities and commerce alike. For Africa, a continent of 1.4 billion people, incredible ingenuity, and vast resources, aviation is not a luxury, it is a strategic imperative. Today, aviation stands at the intersection of Africa's greatest ambitions. Economic unity, regional market access, industrial capacity, and global competitiveness. But before I speak to that future, let us take a moment to honor the leadership that has made this vision actionable in my home country, Nigeria. Under the stewardship of His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of this great country, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's aviation sector has witnessed reforms that have strengthened investor confidence, enhanced safety oversight, and expanded opportunities for indigenous operators to thrive and compete internationally. I must also recognize the driving efforts of the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, whose strategic reforms are redefining our industry from regulatory modernization and safety enhancements to creating a business-friendly environment that encourages competition and growth. You see, you may not know where we are coming from. When I address the president and his minister, people don't understand it. They say, he who wears the shoes will definitely know where he pinches. We are coming from a state of hopelessness in the aviation industry up to this moment. And everything has changed. Nigerian airlines were being demonized as not having capacity. But here we have a government, the president absolutely believes in helping indigenous businesses grow. And this is what this kind of summit should be speaking to. They removed all the bottlenecks hitherto that kind of tried to bring us down in aviation. Today, you could see, before now, we were paying 16 million naira for your business class ticket to go to London for just a 6-hour flight. Meanwhile, South Africa, 9 hours to London, was paying far less. Our neighbors in Ghana, they were paying far less. You could travel from South Africa to the United States of America, and what you'll be paying for your business class, the Nigerian passenger flying from Lagos to London will be paying for economy. His economy ticket fare is equivalent to the South African business class from Johannesburg to the same London. They will fly 9 hours. They will come and overfly Nigeria's airspace before they get to London. Yes, it was cheaper. my country was being exploited. My country was being stigmatized at the same time, and at the same time being ripped off for several years. And this government came to power and said, enough is enough. We must support credible and serious Nigerian airlines to undertake this endeavor, and let's see what will happen. Under this regime, an indigenous airline crashed, fought the world, and crashed the fares of international travel within 24 hours. Courtesy of the support we received from the federal government and the minister. On that night, when the breaking news hit the news waves, all the foreign airlines brought down their fares by about 70%. This happened, and it's still happening. So the competition had just started. Nobody will fight for Africa except Africa. If you think the West or the Asians will come here to save you, you're wasting your time. It's all about what all of them can get out of Africa. Africa is the destination. Mark my word, Africa is the destination. Now, we are the next destination. There is another scramble going on now for Africa. So why not us, within this ecosystem, as Africans, make use of it? That's why we in airline operators of Nigeria, we are eternally indebted to the regime of Mr. Skiamo as the Minister of Aerospace Development and our dear President. May God continue to bless them. When God hold execution, nation and regions flourish. Aviation driving Africa's economic integration. Africa's economic integration cannot be achieved through rhetoric alone. It requires connectivity. Intra-African trade, faster and more competitive than ever before. This is what simulated economics does for you. It also logistics corridors that empower exporters to reach markets beyond borders. Tourism flows that create jobs and elevate cultural exchange. Business travel that catalyzes strategic partnerships and foreign direct investment. These are the things aviation will do for you. In that regard, the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFTA, offers a blueprint, a framework that hinges on connectivity to unlock an estimated $3.4 billion in economic activity by 2035. Aviation is a key pillar in this blueprint, helping remove barriers, shorten distances, and create a literal highway in the sky for goods, people, and investment. For too long, Africa's aviation ecosystem has been constrained by fragmentation, limited routes between African cities, dependence on foreign carriers for intra-African travel, and infrastructure bottlenecks that slow progress. Yes, these are challenges, but you are beginning to overcome them. When people compare the Nigerian airlines to the ones from the West, I laugh. Let me tell you something you need to know tonight. All these big airlines of the first world, you know them from America, from Britain, from Europe, from everywhere, from Asia. They have access to cheap finance. But they borrow money at 2%, 3% interest rates. MPs and their colleagues in the Nigerian industry borrows at 35%. Tell me how you want to survive. While they have everything going for them in their country, like insurance, in Nigeria, what are used in insuring one aircraft or any other Nigerian airline will use insuring one Boeing 737. It is what these other people will use in insuring about 5 aircraft. So the premium we pay for one aircraft on insurance, they use it to, do five aircraft. So the tide is against you. You are dead on arrival. So you should applaud the resilience of these Nigerian airlines. It's a separate job. Aviation is not profitable. but it's addictive. You crumble your other businesses to invest in aviation. Over 80 Nigerian airlines have come and gone. So what did they do wrong? Remember, the owners of these airlines succeeded in other business climes, in other types of business before the attention into aviation, because you don't go into aviation with peanuts. They must have succeeded in other businesses before. So why is the mortality rate that high? These are the issues. Excessive taxation in the system is also hindering connectivity, hindering the capacity development of the airlines. And this is what we are trying to address with the government. And to God be the glory, the present government is listening to us. Remember, my country, your country, in the last 15 years was stigmatized. The leasing world said Nigeria is unsafe, Nigeria is not good, the security situation in Nigeria is not good. Because of that, they raised the insurance. Because of that, they refused to build dry lanes. Most of these airlines from the other clients, they don't really own those planes. What they need to do is to go to Boeing, Airbus, or Embraer and make an order. The financier steps in, the leasing company steps in, buys it. When they buy it, they lease it back to these airlines. And you see their fleet growing to 800, 1,000 planes. In Nigeria, you as the owner of the airline must own that aircraft or those aircraft yourself. So it's not the same thing at all. But we are suffering a kind of stigma as Nigerians. Therefore, we should not also stigmatize ourselves. They tell you your country is unsafe, yet they keep on asking for more frequencies into your country. These airlines promote Nigeria in the wrong ends, while pretending to be our friends in the country. They tell the outside world how unsafe Nigeria is, yet they seek more frequencies into your country. They tell the world that you're not safe, you're not so good. They tell the world that you don't release monies. If you know your money is going to be, seized in Nigeria, you're not going to get your foreign exchange out of Nigeria. Why do they increase more frequencies, making it worse for you? They're fooling you and me. That's why I was telling you that it's only Africa that can save Africa. So, for too long, Africa's aviation ecosystem has been constrained by this kind of fragmentation. But the tide is changing. African carriers are expanding networks, reducing travel times, opening new corridors that bridge markets across the continent. Our own flagship carriers have broken barriers, expanding international services, increasing commercial frequency, and exploring uncharted markets that bridge continents. Notably, Glitz has launched direct services from Abuja to London Heathrow, Abuja to London Gatwick, and Lagos to London Gatwick. Some compliments to them. It's not easy. I wrote some things of inspiration that I use at such adversities to make money for the city people. This one is working tirelessly to change adversity into something celebratory today. Today is a day of recognition. Presented at the 13th Global African Youth Awards. Please let me be a hero for people for the world. And business summit is to proudly recognize the excellency of the Glam, Executive Governor of Zamfara State, President of the Global African Heroes Award, National Capital Development Award 2025. Congratulations.
Congratulations, His Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal. so he will be presenting the award for GA Diplomatic Excellence 2025. And the recipient of this award, ladies and gentlemen, is the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Festus Egwarewa Keyamo, SANCON. Congratulations. Yes, he has sent his representative. The SA to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Congratulations once again, Mr. Festus Egwarewa Keyamo, SANCON, on receiving the GA Diplomatic Excellence Award 2025.
Congratulations. Just like our brother mentioned, and talked about the tough business environment. We still have wonderful people who have become enablers. They have helped the business environment to flourish and to survive. So today we are recognizing one of our own, Festus Keyamo, SAN. He has done fantastically well. He has helped to create an enabling environment that has helped the aviation industry to flourish. And I'm sure our brother Anden Oyema will testify to this. Thank you very much. So on behalf of GA Award, this is the 13th version. I present this to you. Congratulations.
All right, sir. All right.
The 13th award is presenting after fashion week program because founder Royal Majesty field of cultural advancement, everything.
Ready, give it a hand.
So we present the GA Awards presented to Dr. Joe Okene-Odumaki, founder, Building Alliance Development and Humanitarian Initiative. GA Hero of Democracy Award 2025. Congratulations.
Since I'm still to give the brief keynotes, this is the 940 awards I'm receiving today. So for 900 and something times, I've stood up to thank each and every one. But this is like a tonic for me to do more. And I'm dedicating my life to the struggle for a better Nigeria. And I'm promising you all that with you that I'm seeing here, I will never let down the poor Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you.